Public transportation. What is public transportation like in your country? Tell me which type of public transportation you prefer to use and why. The public transportation system in my country is pretty well developed. We have a wide range of means to travel around, such as buses, subways, trains, and taxis. Especially in Gangnam, which is the main district in the capital of the country, there are at least 9 different lines of subways. Taxis are available throughout the entire day and night. And all the major buses, both for short and long distances, stops there. There is a saying in Korea, if you're lost, just go to Gangnam in Seoul. No matter where your destination is, all the public trains to that destination will stop there. So many local people here always tell others who are lost to simply go to Gangnam to find their way. In my case, I prefer to use buses most of the time, as I can sit down. But on rainy days, or when the weather is bad, the traffic on the road gets extremely congested, so I prefer taking subways under certain weather conditions, even if I have to stand the whole time, because they are punctual and reliable. I once had to take the subway on a snowy day, and I had to remain in a standing position for at least 2 hours. However, it was still better than taking the bus, because it could have taken double the time. Number 2. Sometimes riding the subway or bus can be uncomfortable. Have you ever had any problems while taking public transportation? Yes, I've had a number of problems while taking the public trans. In fact, I always feel uncomfortable during summer, regardless of the type of public transportation I take, because it gets really humid and sticky during that season in my country. For instance, whenever I take the subway during rush hours, especially when the weather is extremely hot and damp, even the presence of someone standing next to me can be irritating. In addition to that, I also feel uncomfortable when someone is having a conversation loudly over their phone. I feel like that behaving in such way in a public setting is rude and impolite to others around them. I once had someone talking about their personal business on the subway so loud that I almost told them directly to lower their voice down. But I didn't say anything to them to avoid any conflicts during the ride. There are many other problematic situations when it comes to taking public transportation, but those are a few of my major ones. Number 3. How do you get to work or school? What type of transportation do you use? How often do you use it? When I go to work, I either take the bus or the subway, as I don't have a car to drive to work yet. In fact, I still wouldn't drive even if I had my own car, because the traffic and the parking fees will be too much to handle on a daily basis. Going back to the question, when I wake up early enough before morning rush hour starts, I usually take the bus because I can travel to work sitting down. However, if I happen to oversleep, I have no choice but to take the subway because the seats on this bus get taken away after a certain time in the morning. Subways are a pain because it's overcrowded with so many people almost at all times, and it gets really uncomfortable and sometimes irritating, which is another reason why I wake up early to avoid all that discomfort and take the bus instead. Now, on my way back home after work, I always ride the bus because I get off work after everyone else's time, so the seats on the buses are usually guaranteed to be open when I get on. and I hardly ever take the taxi because it will cost me almost half of my daily income to get back home from work. The only time I would take the taxi is when I'm extremely drunk or when the public trans stops operating.